Hello world, my name is Siphosethu A, Sihlangu, all the way from South Africa. We are here capturing stories. I want to read one of my favorite quotes that I wrote myself a while back. It reads, "If you don't share your story, someone else will share it on your behalf. In that case, it ceases to be your story, because in truth, your story is only your story when it's shared by you." So I invited a group of my friends to come together and to share their stories, with the aim that through their stories, you might find the confidence to share your story. You might be inspired by their story to dare to live. This is more than just a storytelling experience. This is a movement. Dare to live. Join me, Mashiyane, Thabani Buthelezi, Nokubonga Khuzwayo, and Matthew Bailey as we speak from the heart. Please enjoy.
I wrote the letter to the young Thabani.
I cannot write a letter to save my life. Even in school, I remember when it was that time, write a letter to someone, I always got confused.
The process of writing the letter, I was in a situation whereby I had to think, what do I really want to say to that little Stembiso?
I was wondering if it should be a letter that describes a lot of specific life events and how I overcame them, or if it should just be a letter of advice that I would give to my younger self.
Because I'm like, what do I say? Do I say, hi, it's me, you? Or do I just pretend it's someone else? And it was confusing and kind of strange. But eventually I got a hang of it and liked it. I think I should do it more often.
I had to express myself and writing the letter telling him how proud I am about him with all the wrong mistakes and decisions that he made. It made the present Stembiso to be where he is now.
And I decided upon the latter. I decided to go more with giving advice, holding on to the things that I know helped me get from there to here.
I summarized it all up and thinking of all the problems that he went through. How did he start? What really made him to do what he had to do, what the passion that he had, in spite of the family issues that he was dealing with. And I had to try and summarize the whole thing around that point and congratulate him for making the present Stembiso to be the man that he is today.
So I didn't want to warn myself about one specific event, because if I were able to tell my past self, then it might change where I am today. And where I am today is a good place. So I wouldn't want to ruin that.
Dear Nokubonga, I'm writing you this letter in Germany, in Hamburg. Can you believe it? I know you don't. I miss you. I know I've never told you how much I loved you. I know I've never told you how beautiful you are, how smart you are, but you are. You are all of the above. I love your dark skin, sun-kissed skin, your pearly white teeth. You have a smile that brightens the room. I know you don't see anything nice about yourself. The thick lips that you hate so much, well, people pay for them these days. Look at yourself in the mirror every day. Say it out loud. You're beautiful.
Brother, do you know that you've made it? There's a lot more that the Lord has put in front of you, and all of those things, you are tapping into all of them, and you are getting all of them. Without a shadow of doubt, you are just gonna get all of those. We've made it, man. That's all I wanted to say. We made it. Here we are. I'm proud of you. You're the best.
My heart is filled with love, gratitude and respect for the mistakes you've done while trying to live through the odds and difficulties of the situations that were never explained to you at your age. But in all that, I saw myself going through the pain and difficulties in my family. But I look at myself now, through the pain, I say to myself, for me to stand firm and still continue to push like this, it is God's favor. Hashtag, I still dare to dream. I still dare to live. It was actually a breakthrough for me to went through what I went through.
Hey Matthew, I know a lot of this you will learn along the way, but it's always nice to hear it from someone close to you. Life is going to be a challenge. Period. There's no way of escaping that fact, but what you do with the challenge is what ultimately defines you, us. You, at your age, won't understand what's happening in a lot of situations because you're young, especially with mom and dad, but they're doing their best. They are still growing and learning too, and they love you.
I know you still think you're ugly. I know you still think you're not smart enough. That's not true. I want you to look at your twin sister. Do you think she's ugly? Well, she looks exactly like you. If you think she's beautiful, then you are beautiful. And let me tell you, God does not make ugly people.
God has been nothing but good to you. He's been amazing. He stood by His word. He was there even when you thought He wasn't there. He kept your family safe ever since you lost your father. He's been amazing to you. Did you know that today you'll be writing this letter to yourself, saying, we made it this far. God has been with you.
I am the happiest boy and the happiest man alive. I want to thank you, Tesh, for going through what you went through. If it wasn't for you, I wouldn't be where I am today. And again, thank you for everything, every right, every wrong step you took to make it through. Indeed, you are my motivation.
Have as much fun and as many adventures as you can while you're young and are allowed to run in the rain and play in the mud. Stand in the wind and just relish in those moments whenever you can. Because although I know all you dream about is growing up, you will never be as free as when you are the age you are now. Play and don't be afraid to lose or make mistakes. You've got time. I know you'll play.
I'm so far away from home that the only way I could talk to my twin, the only way I go through things, and the person I trust with my life here in the world would be my twin sister. She knows me. And when I cannot do that, of course, prayer. And sometimes I want to talk to someone who will answer me and I will hear their voice. I know God answers, but sometimes I want someone there saying it's okay. I want to hear their voices. So my phone is the most important thing right now.
A white gold ring that my grandmother gave me. At first, I borrowed it, and then, I borrowed it before I went to university without telling her. And then she asked me if I had it, and I said, yes, I have it. And she said, okay, you can borrow it as long as you don't lose it. And then after 4 years of university, I lost it many times. But I always managed to find it again. And after university, she said I could just have it, and it's been with me. Whenever I performed, I would always sneak it in on stage in my microport belt because it's my grandmother's, and she's a relative who was really there for me and my mother when my mother left my father. We didn't know what was happening. We just packed all of our bags up, and she was like, kids, we're going. And I was like, oh, okay. And we were like, where are we going? With so much stuff. And she's like, we're going to your grandma's house for a while. So we went there, and we never went back. And I don't think I realized on that day that we would never be going back to our father. So my grandmother took us in, and we lived with my grandmother for a long time. And then my mother got her own apartment. But then after we moved back to the complex, we lived with my grandmother, and my grandmother has just been there for my brothers and my mother and I through everything. And the ring, as I said, has been lost many times. I lost it once at the World Trade Center in security, and it dropped out of the magnet, the X-ray machine thing, and I was devastated. They wouldn't let me stay for security reasons, and I was torn apart for like half an hour while we were looking at the World Trade Center grounds. And then I came back and I said, did anyone find this ring? And the guy said, what does it look like? And he said, and I said, it's like a white gold wedding band. And he held up his pinky, and it was the ring. So it's something that I think is meant to stay with me, just as my grandmother was meant to stay with us. And it is just a reminder of the fact that, like, throughout my life, we've been lost. I have been lost, but I always find myself, just like I lose and find this ring. So it has many, many different meanings to me.
I chose this photo because this is where it all began. This is where I realized some of the blessings God blessed me with. And actually, in short, I was born in a Christian family, a very musical family, where I would see my grandparents and my mother, my aunts and uncles would be on stage performing. And I would love what I see, and I fell in love with that. In my mind, as a young kid as I was, I thought, okay, that's what life is, you know. And little did I know that paying attention to what they are saying, what they are doing, I'll fall in love with it. And I ended up doing the same thing. I ended up singing as well as impersonating my grandparents, what they're doing on stage. And at the same time, they will laugh at what I'm doing. That made me to think, who is Thembiso in this whole scenario? Because I sing, I play an instrument, I impersonate people, and people get the joy, and they laugh on whatever that I'm doing, of which that was my main issue. My main issue was to put a smile on someone's face. I didn't know how to do it, but I just fell in love with what my family was doing. So I did that, and with all the odds in my life whereby I had to deal with not having a father around to really tap me on my shoulder, tell me how hey, I'm proud of you, you are doing this. This is young. You are young for you to do 1, 2, 3, and but my parents and my mother were there to really say, you know what, I think there's something in you that you are doing. So I decided to take whatever that I was doing, performing, making people laugh, sing, take it to the streets. I would do it for my friends. I would perform while playing. And my friends were like, hey, you are crazy, you are funny, man, I didn't know that you can sing and all that. And it would be nice, we'd laugh about it until my family and friends said to me, hey, why don't you take it to school? Why don't you perform for your friends at school? Like you go at assembly and do that. Of which that was the most scariest moment of my life, because performing for my family and performing for my friends, it's nothing, because I can make a mistake and start over again, like, oh, I'm sorry, no, I need to do it again. I messed up this. It would be normal because it was just natural and easy for me to do.
My sport bras. Yeah. I'm sorry I have to take this out. It's my undies. My sport bras. I know a lot of people always say to me, the ladies are always complaining that I always wear sport bras. I'll be wearing a nice dress and there is a sport bra showing. It's my life. It's my life. I love working out, and a good sport bra for me is the best thing I could ever ask for. That's just it. I don't have anything that's fancy that, oh, I'm sorry, I'm not like every other person. What I love the most, I got girls. My girls are big, and a good sport bra helps. They hold everything together. Well, I I've always been, I think maybe they shrunk a little bit, bigger. And I've always struggled to find a good bra, be it a normal bra, but then I found comfort in sport bras. I always felt safe, like nothing is gonna pop or everything will stay in place where it should be. And maybe I love control.
Music, to me, frees my soul. And what I believe as it frees my soul, whatever that I'm going through, the music helps me to go through it. It helps me, the more I sing, the better. The more I sing, the better I feel. So I believe that even with music, if I sing it to people, when I sing to people, people get healed through music. People get, they come up with results. People get reconnected again, and broken relationships gets connected again. Broken friendships gets connected again. All of that happens. So music to me, music brings everything together the right way.
There were a lot of songs that I used to sing to try and concentrate on them, but there's this worshiping song, Umkhuleko. I never understood. Umkhuleko means prayer. I never understood the power of praying. And to me, it was just a normal song that they will sing at church, a slow song of which I will get bored playing it because it's not up-tempo, because I was young then. I feel if I play an up-tempo song, it's going to be nice. But I'm choosing this song because it's the song that keeps on reminding me that there's power in prayer. And prayer is the thing that gets me through in all odds, in everything, difficulties, problems. Prayer is the only key that drives me to prosperity or to light. So it goes, Umkhuleko onamandla umasikhuleka ngokukholwa uJesu lalela aphendula umkhuleko letha konke kuJesu ngomkhuleko. Music is one of the things I know. When I think about music, I don't have to think about problems. I don't have to think about any other things but to make my soul happy, to make someone's heart happy, to make everybody happy. Music means a lot to me. It's one of the things that I realize that I've got talent in, and it's where I find peace and joy.
God has been nothing but good to you. He's been amazing. He stood by His word. He was there even when you thought He wasn't there. He kept your family safe ever since you lost your father. He's been amazing to you. Did you know that today you'll be writing this letter to yourself, saying, we made it this far. God has been with you.
I'm in Germany right now working in the biggest shows in the world. I never knew that the dusty streets where I used to play and perform for my friends and close my ears and eyes to perform, it will lead me into this zone, into my future.
Live your life without fear of tomorrow or regret for the past. Be grateful for all you have, and the future will be brighter than you can imagine today.
Remember 97? You were 12 or 13, I think. I want you to know it was not your fault. I'm 32 and still struggling to get it over. It was not your fault. You're too young. He had no right. You didn't deserve that. And Mom cared. I know she seemed like she was angry at you. She wasn't. She was angry at herself because she couldn't protect you. She loves you. She doesn't say it out loud, but she does.
My childhood fear was death, only because of what was happening in my neighborhood, because I had lost my father and I knew that we were not wanted around. I lost my father through witchcraft, which he was performing to protect himself, and he was protecting us as well. He had his enemies that didn't want him. They didn't want any success. They didn't want him to do whatever he wanted to do for us, which was something amazing. So he wanted to bring change in our community, but no one wanted that. So they wanted him down. So he went to bed and didn't wake up. He was strangled by the zombies, they call it, or should I say evil spirit. So what they found on his neck was the prints of the fingers of people, but there was no one in the house. To be honest, at first, I cried like crazy. That made me feel awful, and I felt really horrible. For a minute, I thought my life was finished because there was nothing I could think of on that day. When I lost him, because he was my voice of reason, he was the only man I looked up to. He was the only person that I wanted to be like. I wanted to make him happy so bad because he wanted only good things for me and my brother and my family as a whole. So that was a very horrible feeling, and it wasn't nice at all. And thank God he got me out of that community, and I moved to Durban with my family, and we were safe. Till today, I'm still safe.
Things started to change between my mom and dad, and you could see this every day. They wouldn't play like they used to anymore. My dad wouldn't come home after work anymore, though they were very much matured in their fights. Meaning when they fight, you wouldn't see or hear anything from their fight, but you could seriously sense every tension until your dad couldn't hide it anymore. He couldn't hide it because he felt as if he was living inside of a cup, and he wanted to explore and be free. And that's when all hell broke loose. Women would disrespect my mother and come in at night to look for my dad in front of us, and my dad cared less about the whole situation. And me seeing the smile on my mother's face shatter and fading away, it really broke my heart, because the smile and the laughter is what I used to know everywhere. My father's side or my mother's side, this is what I knew, but it was gone. Now I'm at a place where the father figure is not around to tell me how should boys or men act. What's the difference between a man and a boy? And the only person who was working at that time, it was my dad. So I couldn't ask my mother for any advices as a boy because my dad was nowhere to be found. I tried to participate at school to keep my mind busy so that I don't concentrate on my family's situation, because I could sense that the nest back home, there's a hole in it and no one can fix it. Though my mother was trying to knit it up, trying to keep everybody together, but it could not happen because it was only one-sided. And that point is one of the points that I realized that in a marriage, if you are two, you need to be two together to build something, to build a home. If it is one-sided, that home has no roof. It only has an idea of how it should go. In all that, God was still a wonderful God, because my mother found a job and made things a little bit better.
You need to acknowledge that you're afraid, but know that you will figure it out. You have to keep moving forward, and you will realize when you're on the right path, when the people and the situations and the resources that are necessary for you to achieve your dream come to you. And you have to trust in yourself that you can get there. That will help you overcome the fear. But you also have to be grateful for where you are at each step along the road, because it is the journey that is the amazing thing. It's wonderful to get to that goal, but the journey along the way is really what makes it worth it.
I remember it was 2013. It wasn't a wonderful year. It was difficult before then. I hadn't had a job in like 8 months, so it was hard. So 2013, I prayed and prayed. I was praying every day, very hard, and I would go to church every day. I get a chance to go to church, and I prayed. And 2013 came, and I said to God, whatever audition room I'm gonna get into, I'm gonna be on top of my game, and you're gonna do your best. And I am not gonna get a no, I'm gonna get a yes. I auditioned for Africa and Lion King. And then the finals were on the same day, the same time, but in different places of the city. It was in the same city, but like 30 minutes apart from each other. So I went to Africa first when I asked the Lord that I wanted to audition and do both. I got there, it was really hard. It was fun because I'm energetic, so it was just pure dance, nothing else. And I finished and I went for the Lion King audition, which had already started, and I was communicating with my friend, asking him how the things were going there. And he was letting me know what was going on. Not when I got there, and then Dumandlovu told me, you are late, you're gonna have to come the next year. I went home, bit down, horrible, like I was really, really hurt, because I knew very well that this is what I wanted to do. I wanted to work with the Lion King so bad. And I was beating myself so much that why did I go there first? But then I was like, I asked God that I go there and come back to the Lion King. And then God said, yes, that's gonna happen. But I didn't know that it was gonna be that way. And then 5 days later, I got a call, I got a text message from Africa saying they wanna work with me on the tour in Germany for 9 months. I was like, oh wow, this is awesome. This is amazing. And as I was saying that, I prayed that, okay, if it's possible, can he make the connection that I come and audition here, work with the Lion King in Germany? And he made it all possible, man. He made it all possible. I was so happy about it, and it was an amazing journey. I mean, I got the job 2014 with Lion King. What I do is called Low Antelope, first cast, and I cover Simba.
You sitting there thinking everyone just sounds too amazing and you're not good enough, but you made it. Your first professional gig was Lion King. That's amazing. You wanted to be the very first South African to play the role of Nala overseas, US to be precise. Well, lady, that happened too. You were the very first South African to be given a contract to play the principal role of Nala. I'm proud of you. Are you proud of yourself yet? Your talent has taken you all over the world, to Las Vegas, all over the US, to London, where you were also, again, the very first South African to play the principal role of Nala. You've made history, and yet you still don't believe in yourself. You're in Germany, doing this in a foreign language. They still picked you. You're 32, you've inspired a lot of people. You've set trends. You've put a smile on so many people's faces. You've conquered most of your fears. You're still scared of that stage though. You still shake like a leaf.
Dance, sing, write. Dare to step away and take a break. Dare to create a new world for yourself. Maybe people won't understand why you have suddenly changed, but they can't live your life for you. And in the end, your real friends will stick by you and respect you for the risks you have taken. You won't feel that you're good enough at what you're doing to succeed, but you have to take the chance or you'll never know. Only when you take the greatest risks will you discover how strong you are. You will discover who you are. And all of a sudden, you will find that there are resources and people there to help you get to where you need to go. You will know who you are when the time comes, because they will see the potential in you that you can't yet see in yourself. Don't be afraid to thank them, and never forget their generosity and faith in you. I would also urge you to take as many leaps of faith as you can. The path will rarely be clear and laid out in front of you, and often you'll feel like you don't know what you're doing. But as Mom says, the race is not for the quick or the swift, but for those who persevere to the end. You won't regret taking a chance, so dare to go to places you've never heard of and speak to people you've never met. Try new things and learn as much as you can along the way. Dare to have a life rich with experiences and be kind to yourself and those who are kind to you. You will get sidetracked, and a lot of things will be beyond your control, but live with an open heart and a curious mind, and you will always find yourself in a good place. So, little me, I know it was a lot of words, and you won't understand it all until you've gotten to where I am today. But I guarantee you will understand and agree with everything I've said once you're here. Live your life without fear of tomorrow or regret for the past. Be grateful for all you have, and the future will be brighter than you can imagine today. Thank you. Have a fun adventure.
My future plans is to work with the Lion King and hopefully one day be a principal Simba. And I want to use that as my stepping stone to an acting industry, because I want to learn more in acting. And my dream is to one day make it to Hollywood and be in and star in one of the best movies in the world. It is my dream, it is what I'm working towards, and over all the experiences, now I know that there's nothing that's impossible with God.
You wrote down on a piece of paper what you wanted to accomplish. I remember the first one was you want to build your mom a house. Well, it's done, and well done. I'm proud of you. I think now you want a fitness center. You want a gym. Trust me, that will happen.
I really want to keep it like this, to put a smile on my kids and stay with them and teach them and support them in everything that they do, because I would never know who am I raising.
Well, I see myself at 80 in my beautiful house with my husband and my 40 grandkids. I love kids. They just give me joy. And I see myself surrounded by a lot of grandchildren and living with no regrets, because it's been my whole life. I do stuff, I regret them later. And at 80, I want to be able to look back and say, you did that, and how do I put this? To have forgiven myself for a lot of things that I think I did wrong. To be fine with who I am and what I've done and accomplished, and I want to be known. I know before I thought I don't want to be well known. Actually, I do. I want to be famous. I want to have played that Hollywood movie, and still, I want them to still call me for a movie, for an old lady, because I'm that good.
It's not just the outside appearance. If your heart is in a good place, beauty is on you. It's obviously just going to be seen easily because of your heart. The heart matters the most in the whole. To describe or to say something about beauty, you could be just beautiful outside, but maybe on the inside, you're a complete mess.
A lot of people will say to you, life is difficult, life is hard. Personally, you would say that life is difficult, life is hard if you don't have God. God is the only key to everything you need. You put God first in everything you do. God created every environment you are in right now. The job you are working, the food you eat, God provides every little thing. Remember who your Creator is. Turn to God in your difficult times. Pray without ceasing. Pray every day. Tell Him everything you want to tell Him. He hears you and He will answer you. With God, you can conquer anything. With God, you can have victory.
Dare to live, dare to take chances, and to be true to yourself and to your passions and to those things that you dream of.
It's just what it is. Living, I feel like my whole life I've been living for other people. So dare to live to me means live for you.
To me, it means so much because I'm on about that. Dare to leave, hashtag dare to leave. I'll say that. That's how my friend would say it.
Dare to take the first step and the second step and the third, and just to continue to dream about where you hope to be and keep moving forward.
Go out there, do what makes you happy. A lot of times we try to please other people. People think you're good in this and you jump for that, but you know it's not really what makes you happy. It doesn't fulfill you. Just because what I like is not what most people like doesn't mean it's not worth doing.
The first step is the hardest because you have to convince yourself that this dream is even possible, of this life that you want. But then in between the first step and the goal, all of those steps in between take just as much courage.
Chances, what are the chances? The chances that I'd find you.
So the daring is in the perseverance and to continue acknowledging that you are afraid, but continuing because you believe that you can.
It means so much to me because it's about living. It's about daring yourself to living. It's about challenging yourself. It's about speaking to yourself and encourage yourself. Know and just be strong and know that God has your back and nothing is impossible with Him. All you have to do is to dare to dream. Keep on dreaming and keep on pushing. Go towards it because God got you.
Hallelujah. You have won the victory. Yeah. Hallelujah. You have won it all for me.
So it means a lot to me because I'm on about dreaming. I'm on about living. So I make sure I live life. I make sure I dream, and I make sure as I dream, I chase. So, yeah, God has given me strength to keep on running in this race, as I dream and as I chase my dreams, as I just live, you know. So, yeah, that's what it meant to me. It really means a lot, and it actually just describes exactly my character and who I am.
I've always been told that I have a white people's voice, and for a long I didn't know whether that meant it's a bad thing because I'm black, or is it a good thing because I'm black? So I've always been confused and doubted my voice. But this year in particular, I actually am planning to go out there, do a full show of myself singing white music, or what is considered white music. I don't care that I love white music. If all black people don't like it, that's fine. I like it, and I want to make a career out of it. So I'm daring to live my life for myself.
Happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day, oh happy day. When Jesus was, when Jesus was, when Jesus
who your Creator is. Turn to God in your difficult times. Pray without ceasing. Pray every day. Tell Him everything you want to tell Him. He hears you and He will answer you. With God, you can conquer anything. With God, you can have victory.
Daring to leave, dare to leave means go out there, chase your dreams. Don't give up.